There is a part of you that must die if you ever hope to rise. I speak not of the body, but of that feeble, timid, compromising version of yourself, the version that hesitates when the moment calls for boldness, that complains when effort is required, that retreats when challenge appears. That version is your jailer. It is the whisper that tells you to hit the snooze button, the excuse that justifies mediocrity, the coward that talks you out of your dreams. And as long as it lives, the life you were meant to live cannot begin. Every man is born with the seed of greatness buried deep within him, but the soil that surrounds it, the beliefs, habits, fears, and limitations imposed by environment or upbringing, can choke that seed before it has a chance to sprout. The weak version of yourself thrives in that soil. It grows fat on self, pity, fear, procrastination, and envy. It convinces you that your goals are too far, your gifts too small, your life too ordinary. It is a master liar, using your voice to disguise its sabotage as reason. And so, the greatest enemy you will ever face is not the world, not your circumstances, not even your competitors. It is that weak self within. But here is the truth. You were not born to be ordinary. You were not given this life to simply exist, to float through the days like a leaf on the wind. You were born to command, to shape your future with intention, to stand in the arena of life and conquer. Yet none of that is possible while the weak self holds the reins, so what must be done? He must be killed. Now, this is not a once, and, for all event, no, this is war, and it is daily. You must rise each morning and put him on trial. Look him in the face when he suggests quitting. Confront him when he tells you you're too tired. Cross. Examine him when he says you're not ready. And then, with full force of will, strike him down with action. Every act of courage, every disciplined choice, every minute spent in purposeful work is another blow to his existence. You kill the weak self not by shouting, not by hoping, but by doing, and do not be deceived. He will fight to stay alive. He will show up in your lowest moments and beg for shelter in your comfort zones. He will clothe himself in logic and offer you escape disguised as rest. But you must recognize his tricks. You must become immune to the seduction of ease. For ease is the devil's workshop. Growth does not come from comfort. Power does not come from leisure. Strength is forged in fire, mental, emotional, physical, and fire demands resistance. So if you would be strong, you must choose discomfort. Choose discipline over pleasure. Choose progress over peace. Choose purpose over passivity. You have a vision of the man you want to be. That vision is your responsibility. But visions do not manifest by wishing. They demand sacrifice, the sacrifice of your current self. You must give up your excuses. You must let go of your laziness. You must destroy the habits that serve no purpose. The man you are meant to become will cost you the man you are now. And that is a trade worth making every time. There are treasures in you that the world has not yet seen. Ideas unspoken, strength untested, victories unclaimed. But they will never emerge while you allow the weak version of yourself to lead. The world does not reward potential. It rewards proof, and proof is only found in execution. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. You are ready enough. The man who waits for confidence before acting will die with regrets. Confidence is not the cause of action. It is the result. Take action in spite of fear, and you will grow. Take action in spite of doubt, and you will discover your power. That is the path to freedom. If you want success, you must earn it with blood, sweat, and sacrifice. If you want greatness, you must demand it of yourself daily. And if you want to live the life you were meant to live, then kill that weak version of yourself. Not someday, not when it's convenient, today. Right now, because the longer he lives, the more of your future he steals. So rise up. Make war, and let the stronger self win. The world does not slow down for the man who drags his feet. It tramples over him, passes him by, and forgets his name. You must understand that no one is coming to save you. No one is obligated to believe in you, to motivate you, or to carry your burdens. The responsibility is yours and yours alone. And when you finally grasp that truth, not just in mind but in spirit, you begin to move differently. You stop looking for permission. You stop asking for approval. You stop apologizing for wanting more. That's when real change begins. When you become so sick of your own limitations that you decide to break them, one by one, with relentless effort. Do you think the man who builds an empire waits for someone to inspire him every morning? No. He wakes up and he moves even when his body aches, even when his mind screams for rest. He's trained himself to act on purpose, not emotion. That's what separates the strong from the weak. The weak man is driven by how he feels. The strong man is driven by what he has committed to. So the question is not, how do I feel today? The real question is, what must be done today? And then you do it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because that is where the muscle is built. That is where the weak self is buried. Every time you choose discipline over indulgence, you drive another nail into the coffin of the lesser self. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small, you reclaim a piece of your power. Integrity with your own word is the foundation of strength. Most people break promises to themselves so often that they forget what trust feels like. But you must become different. If you say you'll rise at dawn, rise. If you say you'll train your mind, read. If you say you'll build something great, begin. Let your actions shout so loudly that the voice of the weak self is drowned in your footsteps. This path will cost you friendships. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you weekends and leisure and the approval of those who fear your transformation. That is the price of greatness, and those who are not willing to pay it will try to convince you that you shouldn't either. They'll call you obsessed. They'll call you extreme. They'll say you've changed, and they'll be right. You are changing into the man you were always meant to be. Do not let them pull you back. The weak self loves company. Misery loves validation. But your mission does not require their understanding. It requires your execution. Pain will visit you. That's inevitable. But suffering is a choice. The weak self chooses suffering, wallows in it, rehearses the reasons life is unfair. But your job is to face pain and extract the lesson. Let it shape you, not break you. Let it carve deeper strength into your soul. There is wisdom in adversity, but only for the man who is willing to listen. Most cover their ears with distractions, substances, and blame, but the strong sit with it, stare it down, and ask, "What must I learn?" That is how you grow. There will be days when doubt creeps in like a thief in the night. It will whisper lies about your worth, your progress, your capacity. It will say you're too late, you're not good enough, you'll never make it. But you must respond, not with argument, but with action. Let your discipline answer doubt. Let your persistence silence fear. Let your results speak louder than any critic. The weak self talks. The strong self works. Your vision is not a fantasy. It is a preview of what's possible when you stop playing small. Every goal you have is waiting for the stronger version of you to emerge. The man who wakes up early when he wants to sleep in. The man who studies while others scroll. The man who sacrifices now to build a future few can imagine. That man lives inside you, but he can't coexist with the weak self. One must die for the other to live, so make the choice. Make it every day. Make it with your habits, your mindset, your actions, and let the weak self fall behind, forgotten in the dust of your progress. No, it will not be easy. Nothing worth having ever is. But you weren't made for easy. You were made for impact, for legacy, for purpose, and to fulfill that purpose you must master yourself, control your time. Command your mind, conquer your laziness. That is how the great are forged. Not in crowds, not in applause, but in solitude, in effort, in self-overcoming. Each day is an opportunity to either surrender to weakness or rise in strength. Choose wisely, because every decision, every minute, every action either feeds the strong self or fuels the weak one. There is no neutrality. You are always becoming something. So ask yourself, who are you becoming today? Are you stepping into the man who can build the life you dream of? Or are you feeding the ghost of comfort, fear, and doubt? Kill him. Kill that ghost. Kill the weak version of yourself. And keep killing him every time he shows his face. Because only one version of you will reach the summit, and the climb has already begun. There is a fire within you that most men will never ignite, not because they can't, but because they won't. They choose the easier route, the path of less resistance, the life of silent compromise. And with every excuse they make, every opportunity they pass up, every time they let the weak self take control, they dig their graves a little deeper, not of the body, but of their dreams. That same fire burns in you. But it is your responsibility to fan it into flame, and it will not stay lit through talk. It stays alive through effort, through discipline, through relentless repetition of right actions, even when no one is watching. You don't need motivation, you need a decision, a real decision, one that says no more wasted time, no more giving in to the comfort that has cost you progress, no more tolerating the mediocrity that once felt normal. When you decide, truly decide, to become the man you were born to be, your world begins to bend in that direction, but not before. The world responds not to your wishes, but to your will. Will that is proven through consistency, day after day, when it's hard, when it's cold, when the weak voice is shouting, "Just take it easy today." That's when it counts most. That's when the old version dies a little more. You must become dangerous, not in the sense of violence, but in the sense of capability. The man who is dangerous is the man who is prepared. He has trained his mind, his body, and his spirit. He doesn't panic when pressure arrives. He thrives in it. He doesn't fold when adversity strikes. He adapts, he evolves, he advances, and the weak self fears that version of you, because once you step fully into your power, the excuses no longer work, the laziness no longer fits. The identity of the weak self can no longer survive in the presence of strength, discipline, and focus. So how do you kill him daily with your habits? Habits are the sculptor of destiny. The weak version of you lives in bad habits, the ones that steal your time, drain your energy, and leave you full of regret. You know them, you feel them, and you must replace them one by one with habits that sharpen you, that build you, that make you more capable than you were yesterday. Wake up earlier, read what strengthens your mind, train your body until your muscles remember what pain feels like and stop fearing it. Organize your environment, take command of your time. Every minute that passes without purpose is a gift to your weaker self. And don't fool yourself into thinking tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the lie the weak self tells you so he can live one more day. He says, rest now, you'll start later, knowing full well that later rarely comes. You must move now. There is no perfect moment. The only moment that matters is the one you act on. Action is the blade, repetition is the sharpening stone. Through daily execution, you slice away everything that doesn't belong. And piece by piece, you carve out the man who is fit to carry the weight of greatness. You will lose people on this path. Friends who once shared your old habits will grow distant. Family may question your intensity. Strangers will misunderstand your obsession. Let them talk, let them doubt, because the truth is you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for the man inside of you who's been buried under years of fear, self, doubt, and missed potential. That man deserves to breathe. He deserves to rise, but he cannot do so while the weak self still sits on the throne. So take that throne back, not with words, but with proof. Proof in the form of finished work, transformed habits, new standards. Raise the standard in every area, how you think, how you speak, how you move, how you show up. Stop tolerating behaviors that insult the man you're becoming. Hold yourself accountable with ruthless honesty. Look at your actions and ask, would the strongest version of me do this? If not, don't justify it, don't sugarcoat it, eliminate it. The strongest version of you is forged in isolation, in long nights, in early mornings, in the quiet suffering that builds internal power. He is born when no one claps, when no one sees, when it's just you and the grind. That's where strength is built in obscurity. The weak self chases praise. The strong self chases purpose. And when purpose becomes your fuel, the applause no longer matters. You move with a deeper fire. You stop chasing pleasure and start chasing progress, because you know, deeply, that everything you desire lies on the other side of the death of the weaker you, and that death is a gift. Let it be violent, let it be final, because every time you allow the old self to live, you delay the life that could have been yours, and time is the only currency you can never earn back, so protect it. Invest it, spend it in the service of your vision, your mission, your highest potential. One day the world will see what you've built, but long before that you must see it, you must believe it, and you must fight for it every day with everything you have. Because no one else will do it for you. Only you can kill the weak version of yourself, and only you can become the man the world will one day remember. There will be moments of doubt, days when the weight of progress seems too heavy to bear. When you feel the exhaustion creeping in, when it seems easier to just let go, to rest, to settle for less, that is when your greatest test arrives. The weak self will rise up, louder than ever, urging you to back down, to accept what is easy. But here's the truth, there is no progress in comfort. Comfort is a cage. It will keep you locked in a life of unfulfilled potential, whispering that you've already done enough. It will tell you that striving for more is greedy, that rest is deserved. But the greatest victories are never achieved in comfort. They are won in discomfort, in sacrifice, in discipline. And remember this, there is no finish line for the man who is committed to growth. The moment you think you've arrived is the moment you stop growing. The true champion is always looking for the next peak, always striving for more, and that hunger, that relentless pursuit of excellence is what separates the strong from the weak. The weak self is satisfied with good enough. The strong self, the one you're becoming, is driven by the relentless desire to be better, to do better, to live better. So keep pushing, keep grinding, keep choosing the hard path, not because it's easy, but because it is the only way forward. The weak self will try to convince you to quit, to settle, to rest, but you know better now. You know that each day is a step toward the man you are destined to be, and if you have to fight him every day, fight. If you have to silence him with every ounce of strength, do it, because the man who emerges from this battle will be unstoppable, and that man is worth every sacrifice. The weak version of yourself is not your final form. He is the old you holding you back. The new you, the powerful you, is waiting to emerge, and it all begins with your decision to stop listening to the voice of weakness and start listening to the call of your true potential. In the end, the journey to greatness is not about finding a shortcut or waiting for the perfect moment. It is about the daily decision to kill the weak version of yourself. It is about embracing the grind, the sacrifice, and the discomfort that come with growth. Every choice, every action, every moment of resistance is a step toward the life you were meant to live. The weak self will always try to pull you back into mediocrity, but the strong version of you, the one that is relentless, disciplined, and focused, will rise when you make the decision to take control. The life you dream of is built by the small, consistent actions you take every day. So kill the weak version of yourself, and with each death, let a stronger, more powerful version of you emerge. The world awaits the greatness that lies within you, but only you can unlock it. Keep pushing forward. Your future self will thank you for it.